Hi, welcome to the new year. I'm Rebecca from MacLean Life Coaching, Master Facilitator of Regenerating Images and Memory, also called RIM. Many people tend to use the beginning of the year to make commitments to themselves, to make change in areas of their life where they're dissatisfied. With this often comes a lot of self-criticism when these commitments are not kept. It's that self-criticism that I'd like to address in our Regenerating Images and Memory meditation today. As always, in all RIM sessions, group RIM sessions or RIM meditations, there's no way to do this wrong and there's no way to do it more right. Whatever is coming up for you is exactly right, even if it doesn't match what I'm saying or what you expect. With these meditations or group RIM sessions, I follow a path that may be your path and it may not be. If this were a personalized individual session, I would hear your responses and we would go in the direction of what's coming up for you. So the limitation is in the format, not in you or in the process itself. So as you move through this meditation, if it strays from what I'm saying, please follow what is there for you, even if it doesn't follow the path that I do. If you need extra time, pause the recording. And although I will work to make my words broad and very inclusive, any words can be changed and match the scenario that you're seeing, because what you are experiencing is exactly right for you. Today, we're focusing on the critic and the receiver of the criticism. Allow your mind to bring up a recent event when you were disappointed in yourself. Even as I say that, notice any harshness that immediately jumps in to remind you of that failing. Notice how fast that happens and how quickly your body reacts. I feel tense. That will be our focus today. So start by getting yourself into a comfortable, quiet place where you're undisturbed. And then we'll start.
Now take a deep breath and close your eyes. As you take your deep breath, bring in as much air into your lungs as is comfortable, and then release it in whatever way feels best. It could be a huff, a quick deflating of the lungs, or a long, slow exhale. With each breath, allow it to decide how it is released. Do 2, 3, or more breaths this way. Now notice your body relaxing. Feel your muscles releasing. As you take a breath, notice how your chest expands and returns. And with your next breath, notice how your belly expands and returns. And now with a deep inhale, allow your awareness to follow your breath all the way down into your body. Wherever your awareness lands is perfect. And as you stay in the body, allow the breath to fall into its own rhythm. With your awareness deep inside your body, allow your analytical mind to take a back seat in this process, giving your emotional mind and body opportunity to communicate in their own ways, through images, sensations, even smells and sounds, remembering that whatever comes up for you is exactly right. As your awareness is now deep inside your body, sit for a few minutes, just noticing what that's like. Now we'll ask your imagination to call in a virtual resource, something safe, loving, and powerful to be with you during this experience. It could be a loving ancestor, a deity of your faith, a person, a piece of nature, even your future self, whatever it is. Notice when your resource pops up for you. And if this journey doesn't require a resource at this time, just know that at any point, you're welcome to call in a resource to support and guide you. If you do have a resource, notice what it's like to have that resource with you. And with your resource there, or not, allow your imagination to bring up an image of the critic who is disappointed and tells you about it. Whatever that image is, just let it pop up. And if it's something you recognize or not, allow whatever comes up. Now notice what it's like to see this critic, and speaking directly to it, complete this sentence. Critic, what it's like for me to see you here is. What I want to tell you, critic, is. How I feel when you speak the way you do is. What I need from you, critic, is. What I know about me is. And anything else that wants to be spoken to the critic. What I want to tell you about me, the critic, is. Still speaking as the critic to yourself, what I want for you, self, is. How I, the critic, feel when we don't keep commitments is. And still speaking as the critic, how I'm trying to serve you, self, is. And what I need is. And how it would feel to receive that would be. And anything else that the critic needs to say to self, go ahead and allow it to be spoken. How it feels for me, the critic, to tell you all this is. Now allow your awareness to move back to yourself, looking through your own eyes, listening through your own ears, and looking back at the critic. You'll notice a stream of colored energy of all that has been spoken and expressed moving from the critic to you. Notice the color and the quality of that energy and where and how it's entering your body. As you allow that energy to enter your body, if there's any part of it that you do not wish to receive, your resource will easily filter that for you so that you only receive the parts that you wish to receive. Feel that filtered or unfiltered energy moving into your body, fully absorbing all that was expressed by the critic. When that's complete, speaking back to the critic, what I receive from you, critic, what I heard you say is. How it feels for me to hear you say this is. What I now know that I didn't know before is. And how it feels to make that awareness is. And how I can see that impacting my everyday is. And what I can promise you, critic, is. And anything else that wants to be spoken to the critic, allow it to be spoken now. And how it feels for me to tell you all this, critic, is. Now, looking at the critic now, notice if the critic looks the same or different as when you first saw him or her. What it's like to look at you now is. Then allow that interaction with the critic to end in any way that feels good. And now your imagination will bring up an image of the part of you that gets hurt from hearing criticism. Whatever that image is, if it's something you recognize or not, allow whatever just pops up. Now notice what it's like to see this suffering part of yourself, and speaking directly to it, complete this sentence. Sufferer, what it's like for me to see you here is. What I want to tell you is. How I feel when I see you suffering is. What I want for you is. Because what I know about you is. And anything else that wants to be spoken to the sufferer, let it be spoken now. And how it feels for me to say all this to you, sufferer, is. So with your next breath, on the exhale, allow your awareness to move wholly into the sufferer, looking through those eyes, listening through those ears, and looking back at yourself. As you're looking back at yourself, notice a stream of colored energy that's moving from yourself to the sufferer. And notice the color and quality of that energy and where or how it's entering the sufferer. Then, as you feel that energy enter the sufferer and feel it moving through the sufferer's body or form, allow the sufferer to fully absorb all that was expressed. And when that's complete and the sufferer has absorbed all the energy, then speaking from the sufferer to yourself, complete the sentence. What I receive from you, self, what I heard you say is. How it feels for me to hear you say that is. What I want to tell you about me, the sufferer, is. And still speaking as a sufferer to yourself, what I want for you, self, is. And how I feel when we don't keep commitments is. Still speaking as the sufferer, how I'm trying to serve you, self, is. And what I really need is. And anything else that the sufferer needs to say, allow it to be spoken. How it feels for me to tell you all this, self, is. Now allow your awareness to move back to yourself, looking through your own eyes, listening through your own ears, and looking back at the sufferer. See the stream of colored energy of all that has been spoken and expressed moving from the sufferer to you. Notice the color and the quality of that energy and how it's entering your body. As you allow that energy to enter your body, if there's any part of it that you do not wish to receive, your resource will filter that for you so that you receive only the parts that you wish to receive. And feel that energy moving into your body, fully absorbing all that was expressed by the sufferer. When that's complete, speaking back to the sufferer, what I receive from you, sufferer, what I heard you say is. How it feels for me to hear you say that is. What I now know that I didn't know before is. How it feels to make that awareness is. And how I can see that impacting my everyday is. What I can promise you is. And anything else that wants to be said to the sufferer, just allow it to be said now. And how it feels for me to tell you all this, sufferer, is looking at the sufferer now. Notice if the sufferer looks the same or different as when you first saw him or her. What it's like to look at you now is then allow that interaction with the sufferer to end in any way that feels good. And bringing your attention back to your body, feeling the energy from both the critic and the sufferer, integrating with the energy that is you, combining in a new understanding and awareness of working together to accomplish goals. Feel that integrating throughout your body so that every cell has this plan. Every cell now knows what to expect and what is best. Your body will let you know that all this beautiful work that you've done is anchored all the way down into cellular memory, even down into your DNA. And it's written in your subconscious mind, flashing millions of times every split second without you even thinking about it. And it's also saved in your conscious awareness, able to be retrieved at will. It lets you know that this is done by bringing full feeling back into your arms and legs, fingers and toes, normal awareness back into your mind, your body, your brain, bringing awareness back into the room that you are in physically, and then, as it's complete, taking as much time as it needs to fully integrate, you'll spontaneously open your eyes.